Evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here, playing some more Chronicle RuneScape Legends Dungeoneering. Man, I'm getting good at saying the name of this game. We've already done a run with Linza, the blacksmith, so let's do Ariane, the mage. She used to be grotesquely overpowered. Now I think she's still strong, but just not, like, crazy. So here, I think we're going to take Dr. Frankenstrain, because it's just 3 gold and the rest of the stuff is weak. Now, Stack of Sharks is probably what most people would take here. This is going to be a really strong card. Like, if you're at 10 health, it gives you 10 health. If you're at 14 health, it gives you 14. So it's really, really strong healing card. I'm going to take Crumble Undead, though, because it's the first pick. A little bit of a style difference, I think. I don't know, maybe one of them is more right than the other, but I treat it as a matter of play style. I like having this early on because there are some good Undead cards that if you take away 8 health, lets you do some pretty cool things. So if it never works, then so be it. But if it does work, it can enable some really sweet takedowns. Alright, this is a new base card that was added. It's mostly just 2 gold. The rest of the stuff's pretty crappy, though, so I'm happy to just get 2 free gold. I've talked before about how I don't like the Grotworm, and this is just really not very good weapon hate. It's 4 damage for 2 gold, which I'm not that jazzed about, and it's pretty weak weapon hate. So these two, I think it's a matter of style. This obviously gives a little bit less health than Mr. Weaklax. It is cheaper, so is it really worth to pay 1 more gold for an extra 2 health, and it's conditional on you having health missing? Probably not. On the other hand, there are cards that target armor particularly, so generally it's better to have like 30 health, for instance, than to have 15 health and 15 armor. Well, if you ignore the benefit of having mortal stuff, but you know what I'm saying. Like 20 health and 10 armor is generally more vulnerable than just 30 health. We'll take the adamant armor just because it's cheaper, and Ariane with her spellbooks is a lot of stuff she's going to want to buy. Alright, so we actually have an undead card here. Unfortunately, this one's a stupid one. So, you could do Crumble Undead, kill it in 1 hit, and it's kind of like a Shug. Sort of. I don't actually like it very much. However, there's really nothing that great here. So I'm actually going to try it, because I do have Crumble Undead, and then if I don't get Shug, which is the Ruby card that just swaps 1 creature's attack and health, it might be helpful. Other than that, 2 gold for 4 damage, or some variable amount of gold for 4 damage. I'm not going to count on the ship discount, so we'll just take the customs officer. It's a little bit safer. Okay. So here, I don't like this, I don't like that, and I don't like that. So, yeah, we're taking Enfeeble. This is really nice to have. It enables some kills of a lot of different things. A lot of the ogres pretty much insta-die to Enfeeble. This used to cost 0 gold, which was just nuts. Even at 1 gold, it's a bargain. So now I know that if I see any of those 10 health, 5 attack ogres, I can grab them. This is not my favorite gold card, but I will take it because it is gold. Right now I don't have that many costs, actually, but I'm hoping I will by the time it happens. Now, this right here, this is what I like to hit with Crumble Undead. So it's a little bit unfortunate that I got Lord Ebon. Then again, I could always kill Lord Ebon with Enfeeble if I wanted to for some reason. But I'm okay with this being a dead card, because this guy's pretty sweet. So, you're going to hit your rival for a minimum of 5 damage here, and you're going to draw a spell, which is nice. On top of that, if you have a weapon in hand, then you can hit your rival for a ton of damage. Like, if you have, like, a random 5-2 weapon, you can hit him for 10, which is nuts. Now, this also can work with Crumble Undead, so I'm starting to have actually more uses than activators. This can also work with Enfeeble, and it's a good damage card. However, I'm going to take something a little bit less risky. When your opponent's at 2 base attack, giving 2 health to one of their creatures is like practically guaranteed to do some damage, so the only way they can avoid this is if you get unlucky and you play it in a chapter where they don't play creatures, but then it's only 1 gold, and sometimes you just get a slam dunk and deal a bajillion damage, so I like this card a lot. That's a very, very strong grief card, I think. Okay, so here we have some interesting options. I'm going to take the Gnome Healer. This is a bit risky, because right now, I've already got more gold than I need. I'm just gambling that in the second half of this draft, I actually get something to spend this gold on. This actually is going to be a disaster, like a total disaster of a run if I never get a spellbook or any weapons. This not quite counting as a weapon. So, we'll take it. It's also a healing card. Sure, it heals the opponent, but healing and free gold is really solid. And then other than that, I'm probably just going to take either the 1-3. I'd rather take the damage, the 1 damage, and get a 1-3 instead of a 1-2. Or I could do this where it's taking 3 damage for a 2-2. Right now I don't need a 2-2 for anything, so we'll take just the 1-3, I suppose. There is this armor-hating card there. Ah, hey, hey! Oh, that's what I like to see. This is a cool dude, but I'm not going to pass up the spell books. This is actually, just because of the way the draft is going, like I don't have anything that costs like a serious amount of money, so I'm just going to take both spell books, because spell books win games. Okay, we have another undead. It's a pretty decent one to kill. It does give you a weapon, some gold, and deal some damage to the opponent, though of course it hurts you. My issue, honestly, is that I'm getting a little bit too much of a good thing here. Like, I got this Crumble Undead, and now there's a bunch of stuff I want to use it on. Well, I don't care about this too much, but the Revenant Knight I want to use it on. I guess actually with the Revenant Knight, what is this? I would go up to 5 attack. Not quite enough. Not quite enough to kill Anku over here. The reason I'm hesitating is this is a decent card to kill, but I've got free gold over here and free gold over here, and I do have these 2 spellbooks, so now my costs have shot up. Yeah, I don't think I can afford to not take 3 free gold. Grotworm with Enfeeble lets me trade 1 gold for 7. No, I'm just going to take 2 free gold and a healing card. I might regret not having this later, though. We'll see. Oh, I have another Crumble Undead. I actually might want a second one. Well, okay, right now I only have 2 Undeads, and one of them I'm not that jazzed about. So yeah, probably don't actually want to take this thing. We'll take this for some card draw. And I need some more gold, because I got these spellbooks now, so we'll take Dr. Frankenstrain number 2. Alrighty. We'll get some Gold Hate, because Gold Hate's really strong, and again I can choose to take this over more gold. Well, let's just take a quick count of how much gold we've got. So we have 19 gold, according to the thing. However, actually it's all real. Well, this doesn't really count as gold. So we have 18 gold and 16 for the 2 spellbooks. I don't actually have to take the gold. The problem is this really that strong? Yeah, we'll just take the free gold. I'm hoping I get some more big things to take down. So Balm I normally like to have. Problem is, there's some good cards in this pack, and I don't have anything to activate the Balm at the moment. This guy is kind of weird. Wait, does that exhaust me? Oh, God, I can't tell if it exhausts or not. I think this is one of those weird ones where it doesn't exhaust you. Normally, after you strike rivals, you get exhausted, and I don't believe this one has the exhaust text. I can't see because it gets cut off at the bottom here, and there's no way for me to scroll down further. I don't know, maybe there is a way? No, I can't see. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to take this. We'll take the Occultist, because the Asphyxiate can be good to have, and we'll take Ranch Dressing. This guy, maybe, sometimes, but right now I just have a kind of a lack of things to really use this on, so we'll just take the Weapon. Ooh, I like this one. Deal damage and remove gold. I really like Gold Hate. And it's tempting to get this healing card and a draw 2. I am, however, currently lacking Weapon Hate. I do like to have a Weapon Hating card. So yeah, I'm going to just take the Weapon Hate. Alright, this is really not what I wanted. As far as big things go, I really would have liked one of those Ogres. So I guess we'll just take some more gold and another weapon. Definitely don't want a second of those. This is a decent healing card, but not too worried about it, I don't think. So we actually get the Sheep and Balm combo. Now, the problem is, this would be like the only combo I have for the Balm. So one of these cards without the other would be pretty much useless. I still think it's the best thing I've got here, so I'm going to take it. I mean, this guy's alright, but I actually don't have like any base attack increases at all here, so I think taking some of that is useful. Okay, so I'm going to take the Abyssal Whip. I feel like I have enough gold to support it. Yeah, and it's just like my only like big weapon. I need to have something. Other than that, I could go for this Mortal Gamble. Right now I have like no base attack increase, so it'd be nice to have something. However, this guy is just giving gold. The random spell sometimes randomly win you the game. So I'm just very tempted to take him, especially because I got 2 copies of Ranch Dressing, which let me kill him in 1 hit. Yeah, we'll take him. I don't want to go for this gamble on the Darok. The thing I don't like about the Darok is that sometimes, like, by the time you get down to 15 health, you're just, like, on the brink of dying, because, you know, if your opponent's playing a good deck, they can actually take you down from there. So you have to be really careful. You don't want to go down to 15 just so you can activate it, so you're basically counting on your opponent to hit you down to 15, him or herself, and then have a way of healing out of it after you get the base attack bonus. I'd rather just get the straightforward, you know, get some free spells and call it a day. Okay, not a bad opening hand here. I don't think we're going to keep this guy, but everything else is actually pretty great. Honestly, this is a nice hating card. I'll use it maybe in Chapter 2. Actually, Chapter 1 is a fine place to use it as well. Yeah, we'll just keep everything, and then we'll see about this customs officer later. Alright, I can go for the combo. Problem is, this combo works much better if you're first rather than second. But we'll try it. We'll see if we can, if she plays anything in the second half of the chapter, get like an early damage boost. Although, you know what? No. That can't be right. That can't be right. We're gonna just heal up after taking 4 damage from Mr. Frankenstrain. Then get some free gold and play some Gold Hate. And then I'm gonna play this at the beginning of the next chapter. It's just too often that people don't play creatures in the first chapter. Although, watch her put something in the third or fourth slot that would have just like been an epic takedown if I had played my Archmage. Let's see, what's she playing? Oh no, it wouldn't have worked. Oh my god, did I just hit a Goblin Flash Mob? Oh my god, that's 12 damage. So normally you take 4 damage from a Goblin Flash Mob. Because it's had its damage upgraded, she's going to take 16. So she takes 12 more damage compared to the 4. I am healing her, unfortunately, so that's sad. But I'm pretty happy for her to be at 18 health already to my 30 in the first chapter. That's the jackpot. All right, looks like, oh man, looks like if I had played my Archmage card. Well, what is this? She's clearly fighting something here. Oh, it's just this thing. Okay, it would have been wasted. Well, I'm glad I didn't do it. All right, she's got a big weapon, unfortunately, that I can't kill because I am the second player and not the first player. However, I have a massive gold lead, massive health lead, and, well, it's all a matter of, like, what can she actually do with this weapon. Right now, I'm not as thrilled about this plan of playing Archmage Celador, because sometimes people do just, you know, use their weapon on something that's underkill. On the other hand, she's going first, so anything big that she would play, yeah, like, if I were first, I would play the Emissary, but right now there's probably just no point. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Customs Officer first. It's a little bit of a gamble because what she kills here might not actually give her any gold. But I'll play it. It'll probably be, she's probably not going to spend anything, so it's probably going to be just 3 gold total for 4 damage, which is fine. And then we're going to buy this spellbook, which is great. After buying the spellbook, we can get some more money, which is also great. And yeah, life's pretty good. I get the spellbook and I'm on my way to getting the Abyssal Whip. So yeah, this just shows how mediocre the Mithril Dragon is. She's only gaining a total of like 4 health or something from it. So she had this huge weapon, the gigantic weapon, and all she got was like a little bit of health out of it. It was really not worth it unless you can kill it in 1 hit, and that thing's hard to kill in 1 hit. Ah, stack of sharks. Well, that was pretty good use of stack of sharks. Now she's back up to 32. Problem for her now is I'm still ahead on gold, and I just popped a spellbook. And this spellbook has a base attack reduction, so she's about to go down to 1 base attack, and she's got no gold, so she's going to need to find something to raise her base attack with. The best card for her to possibly have would be the KGP Agent. That's the 1/2 that gives you a base attack and you discard a card. It's the best she can possibly hope for. But if she doesn't have that, she could end up in trouble. Got me a Balm and some Crumble Undead. Okay, this is all kind of a lot of crap. It's kind of unfortunate because these barrage cards, you know, remove health from creatures so they help you kill things. Well, we'll get rid of her base attack for sure. We'll just deal damage and make her discard a card for sure. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I should... Maybe now's the time to play Archmage. I really wish I were the first player. That would be so much better here. Yeah, let's try to give her the double whammy. Let's beef up a creature and then take away the base attack. I can't tell what's better. I don't want to waste this. Unfortunately, oh yeah, I need to play 1 more card. We'll just play this thing. Yeah, so I'm not going to... I could deal damage with these cards, but I don't see a point in it. Maybe I'll top deck something where it actually would be beneficial for me to have the health removal for another creature. Okay, still not sure about the order of these 2 cards. Not sure what's better. Yeah, we'll put the Archmage first. He's more likely to get wasted if I play him second, because then it would only apply to the last 2 slots. But this is just always good to remove base attack. Alright, so I'm losing probably my other spellbook. Oh, I lost my Adamant Armor. So my other spellbook is actually still in my deck. I actually might be able to get it if I draw it right now. Oh, she played no creature, so I wasted a gold. That's unfortunate. Well, the good news is that, although I wasted a gold, she's at 37 health, which is beating me actually by 11 health. Ooh, she just lost a source of armor, which is nice. She's at 34 health, so she's not beating me that much, and I am going to just kill her, because I need 17 hits and she needs 26 hits to kill me, plus I'm probably going to get this Abyssal Whip by the end, and I'm the second player, so as long as I don't do anything stupid like play it second to last, I will be able to guarantee that 18 extra damage. Okay, well now I got some temptation to play the Revenant Knight and play the Abyssal Whip early, because what I actually could do is I could play this Abyssal Whip Revenant Knight and whack her for like, what is this, 8 plus 3 is 11 damage? It's tempting for sure. If I play this, if her first card doesn't give her gold, I'd be wasting the gold hate. Man, that's tough. You know what? Why take risks? Why take risks? There's no reason for me to take risks right here. I can just equip this at the very end and I'm going to win. So I'm going to learn from the mistake I made last time where I equipped an Abyssal Whip second to last and my opponent played or a weapon second to last and my opponent played a tool belt and I died in a game that I should have won. We'll just keep it simple. So I'm going to take the Mimic. I'm going to do some Blood Barrage to heal back up to almost full. And then I think... Yeah, why don't I just crumble undead and kill this thing? Oh, I should maybe I could use the temporary attack later on. Let's see, I'm at 8 cards though. All right, we'll play the zombie crew here at the end in case she picks up any gold this chapter. She'll lose it, and I'll just deal a little bit of damage. Do I want to play this? Crap. I might not be able to play everything I want to play next time. Alright, so she doesn't lose any health with this. She takes 3, but then she gains 3 armor. She's desperate for some gold here. Kind of wish I'd played my gold-hating card earlier, because she's clearly doing this out of some desperation. Oh no, she's not. She's not buying anything. Interesting. I probably want to play that Calphite Emissary before she loses all of her armor, though. Otherwise, I'll be wasting the weapon, or the armor reduction. Alright, so I'm beating her in health now. She's officially at 26 compared to my 29. She's only got 2 gold going into the last thing. She's only got 1 base attack. She clearly does not have the KGP agent, and I've got what I need to equip the Abyssal Whip. And again, I don't want to go Abyssal Whip into Revenant Knight, because why take that risk?
I must prepare to confront.
On the other hand, hang on. So, let's see. We crumble undead. We can just kill this without equipping the Abyssal Whip. Or I can equip the Abyssal Whip. Yeah, no, there's no point. There's no point in taking a risk. Really, the last thing I should play is this Abyssal Whip. I don't care about the healing. Just guarantee the 18 damage going into the final fight. So, crumble undead. I do this thing. I do this thing. Hopefully she has some armor left over after I strike her. She won't. I could take 4 damage. Oh, and I never used Ice Barrage. Oh, so sad. You know what? Hang on. I'm only hitting her for 5. There's no point in that thing. I'm just hitting her for 5. That's what this does. So really, what makes a lot more sense is to Ice Barrage, then the Emissary, and then I can squeeze in an extra play, which is... Oh, there's nothing for me to do. I see. You know what? Screw this Emissary. Forget it. I don't care if she equips a weapon. This just doesn't matter that much. I'm gonna Ice Barrage... Crumble. Oh, then if she plays Gold Hate, I don't equip the whip. Oh, that sucks. Well, all this niggling that I'm doing is probably not even relevant, but I don't want to take that unnecessary risk. So, yes, we'll do Ice Barrage, kill the Emissary, and then unfortunately there's just nothing for me to do that's useful, so we'll just leave it alone. Yeah. Okay. Unless she does something really heroic, I think I should be fine here. Really, it's just that it's this... Oh my god, she's actually gonna gain 5 weapon attack. Luckily for me, I got this thing which destroys her weapon. I think I was gonna beat her without this, to be totally honest. Oh, because she used up a bunch of weapon durability. Yeah, this wasn't gonna do anything. Yeah, that wasn't gonna win it for her. So she lost like what, 7 damage there. Because I did so much damage to her throughout this game that I kill her in 2 hits, and she was obviously not going to kill me in 2 hits, which is a single durability weapon. That was just insult to injury there. Alright, that was pretty encouraging opening game. It just goes to show how powerful it is when you can steal a base attack from your opponent. The designers actually did nerf the spellbook that I bought. It used to have a card that also removed the opponent's weapon, and they replaced it with the one that deals 3 damage and discards a card, which is really crappy for a spellbook card, and some people were complaining. They're like, oh, that's not strong, it doesn't interfere with the opponent or anything. And I'm like, I don't care if there's a crappy card in that spellbook, because the card that just for free gets rid of their base attack is so good. I mean, yeah, sometimes you get one of those games, and we've seen it happen, where people just like go up to 6 or 7 or even 8 base attack because they just put together a good deck, and they were offered good cards, and they played it right, and they drafted right. And so then like removing a base attack's not that meaningful. But in a game where the opponent's stuck at 2, like I'm always stuck at 2 because I just got no base attack removal in this run. Removing their base attack from 2 to 1 is just so crazy. So yeah, that was definitely a good spellbook. I also have the Lunar spellbook. That's the one that does a lot of like creature interference. Didn't draw that one, but definitely the base attack was more valuable there. Okay, I think this has been spinning for a while. Let's go ahead and do a... no! Don't need to do a cut. There we go. We're up against rookie Joybass 24. 24th of his name of the proud tradition of the Joybasses. Alright, let's see if I can go first here. That would actually be pretty nice.
Looks like I'm going first.
Yes! Okay, so the reason it's good to go first is I'm going to be able to play this at the beginning of the next chapter and rob some gold. I can also play this to get 3 gold. So I don't think I want to keep this for the undead. I don't think I want to keep this. And this, all I have to go for it is the sheep. The raptor doesn't have any base attack hate. So the main question is, do I keep the spellbook? Obviously it's good to have, but on the other hand, I still need to, you know, muster up 4 gold somehow. And I have 2 spellbooks in the deck, so I probably am going to draw one of them by the time I need it. So I'm just going to mulligan everything and try to get more gold and some more of my other combos. Okay, well, this guy, I got the wrong card to kill him with. Enfeeble doesn't really work against I mean, I could, but it's sort of crappy. We'll just do what we did before. We're going to play Dr. Frankenstrain, then heal up from it. Now, I got a bunch of gold hate here. So, because he's taking a while to play, I'm guessing he's actually, like, picking up gold here. Usually when people play nothing, they'll just, like, click the play button really fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deal a couple of damage to him and remove a gold. And then if he has any gold left over, I'm going to remove another gold. Alright, so as long as he doesn't spend all the gold he gets, I will be happy to have played that card last. Alright, looks like he's not spending all of his gold. He's actually going to get a base attack here, which is a bit unfortunate. Oh, he's going to spend... oh, no! No! He's spending his gold! Oh, crud. Well, I'm going to waste my gold hate, unfortunately. So, I don't mind this too much. It is an 8 health swing, but on the other hand, it's spending a lot of gold. 3 is a lot of gold to basically just get a life difference early on. Ah, so here's where it's bad to be first. I would have actually robbed this gold from him if I had been the second player. Now he's going to get rid of one of my spell books. Yep, he got rid of the good one. Well, that one's not as good when he got his base attack up to 3. So I don't know, maybe I should just always keep the spell book in my hand. As it is, as the first player, we can go ahead and get another gold, taking us up to 6, and steal his last copper there. Alrighty. So this is actually pretty nice. We'll get rid of a gold, and then I get 3 gold now, because he increased his base attack up to 3, so it's like a Lee Morrisane card. Do I play the Customs Officer? Well, after robbing a gold, I just don't think he's going to get up enough gold to make up for it, and Enfeeble doesn't work against either of these things really that well. I mean, I could play it, and then just take 2 damage to draw 2 cards. So I could, like, drop one of these. You know what? I want to do that, actually. I think that's sensible, because basically I get the gold back, and then I increase my odds of finding one of the spell books, and I don't really care about these guys. I mean, this guy's strong, but I don't care about him that much. Plus, the draft never really gave me any of those, like, 10 health ogres that are really great for Enfeeble, so I don't mind using Enfeeble in a kind of light fashion. Looks like my opponent's not doing anything for the rest of this chapter. So I used Enfeeble as basically a 1 gold heal 5. And it enabled me to, you know, draw 2 cards. I think that taking 7 damage is just completely wrong almost all the time. More gold. Really should have kept, yeah, I should have kept that spellbook. I messed up and I apologize. I don't know how I talked myself into mulliganing a spellbook, but if I'd kept it, I'm pretty sure even with like the 1 fewer card draw that I've had. Well, no, hang on a minute. If I'd kept it, I wouldn't have been able to make that Enfeeble play because I would have been too worried about losing the spellbook. So yeah, I think I'll stand by that play. Alright, got ranch dressing here, which sucks that I got rid of Lexicus Wainwright or whatever his name is. But let's go ahead and play some hate. And then we'll, let's see. Get an asphyxiate. And we'll kill a customs officer towards the end. I mean, that might fail, but we'll just do it. I'll take 2 damage for it. But I really want to be ready to play the spellbook, and hopefully after it the Abyssal Whip as well, so I don't mind going in excess of my gold count. Alright, so this isn't super great. I'm basically dealing 5 damage to him. Well, 5 damage for 1 gold is fine. I'm more concerned about the fact that he's picking up a weapon and drawing a card. Gain armor equal to half rival's gold. Oh, crud. Well, it's a good thing I spent some. That could have been a lot of armor he just gained. He's getting 3 armor for his trouble. And he took 2 damage, so it wasn't that big of a deal. I don't mind that too much. Alright, so we get an Asphyxiate. This card used to be grotesquely overpowered. It used to give you 2 Asphyxiates, which is just ridiculous. Now it just gives you 1. Now, 1 Asphyxiate is still, you know, pretty strong. And the nice thing about it is it might sometimes stop opponents from, like, playing anything if they're afraid of your Asphyxiate. Now, this guy's going to go up to 9 cards, so he doesn't have a choice. He's got to play things. So the question is where do I put the Asphyxiate? You generally want to play it first. A lot of the times when you play it second or something, you just end up regretting it because the opponent played their really big card up front. This actually would be nice to play, but I don't have my Crumble Undead. I have nothing good to do here. Alright, we'll just play the Asphyxiate, and we'll play a little more Sane. I'm not going to play this unless I need it. So yeah, not keeping that spellbook in my opening hand really messed me up. I would have had things to do. Now, both spellbooks in my deck are dead draws. He actually used a Goblin Trickster to get rid of one of them. But the other spellbook is now a dead draw, so the only thing that matters at this point is the Abyssal Whip. I think that's actually, like, the only thing I have that makes any kind of a difference, unless I, like, top deck the Sheep and Relisim's Balm in the same moment. So I'm actually, this is kind of embarrassing. This is a game where I didn't get my spellbook, and I have not so far gotten the whip, so my opponent's just going to beat me by getting, you know, an extra base attack. Okay, so I wasted my Asphyxiate. My opponent tried playing around it, and he's actually causing me to lose gold. Oh, he's playing that to get rid of his hand. Interesting. So just get 1 gold. Okay. Well, it sucks. So basically, I end up losing 2 gold here. I started with 11, I'm ending with 9, and then the Asphyxiate whiffed. Shoot. Well, I'm hoping I get Crumble Undead so I can kill this and do, like, a little bit of damage. But really what I need is the Abyssal Whip. If I don't get the whip, I'm pretty much guaranteed to lose this, I think. Didn't get the whip. Alright, so I got Crumble Undead here. I can deal 5 damage to my opponent. It doesn't do much. So all I can really do here is equip a little weapon at the end, heal myself when it heals me for more than it heals the opponent. And I could just go for this and just, like, see if it messes my opponent up somehow. You know what? I'm gonna lose. 5 damage isn't gonna save me. So I'm gonna try this. I'm just gonna do it, basically just to see if it'll mess my opponent up. And I think healing us both for 4 is kind of pointless.
I'm ready.
But, sure, I'll just play it anyway. I don't think it'll make a difference. Wow, that was just a really sad game. I just did nothing, unfortunately. Add 2 attack to your rival's next creature. Doesn't do anything. And I think my opponent's not playing any of his stuff. Oh, no, I played something. Okay. So yeah, my opponent, this is just so embarrassing. My opponent just got a little bit of health, and 1 base attack, and 1. And that's just kind of how it goes in Dungeoneering sometimes. You know, if your opponent doesn't do anything, you only have to do a very little bit to win. I needed to see some of those ogres in my draft, so I could have done some damage to my opponent. Or I needed to keep that spellbook. But the thing is, my opponent didn't even, like, play any creatures, and that Lunar spellbook is all about, like, making your opponent's creatures hit really hard. I don't think it would have done me any good. So, yeah, that's kind of showcasing a weakness of my deck, which is I just didn't get any cards that do much. Like, I was given those 7/6 undead guys that remove 4 health from both legends and drop a 2/4 weapon. But those aren't gonna really change anything. I wasn't given, like, any, like, major sources of damage, and I only got 1 big weapon, the Abyssal Whip, at the very end. So the draft definitely had some weaknesses. It was cool that I got 2 spellbooks in 1 pack, but other than those spellbooks, I don't have very much going on, and that's kind of the thing with Ariane, I noticed. At a lot of games against Arianes, when I play, I feel like their spellbooks are really strong, but without them, they just don't have that much to offer. And you can win just by playing a simple game of doing damage, gaining life, and maybe getting some base attack somewhere. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to mulligan everything. I have so much money in this deck. I'm going to mulligan everything except for 1 money card and try to find a spellbook, or maximize my odds of getting a spellbook. Alright, got the whip, which I'll take, so I have to make sure I don't use it early, as tempting as it is, because I need the 18 damage at the end. Unfortunately, I didn't get a spellbook, and I didn't get any of the cards that would let me kill Lexicus here. I would need to get Ranch Dressing. I got 2 of them in this deck to be able to kill him, which would actually be nice, because then I'd get the money back, and also get 4 random spells, which might be helpful, or 3 random spells. The problem is, because I didn't play any cards this chapter, I have a big hand, and so then my hand might fill up, and then I could especially run into trouble if I end up getting a spell book and Lexicus, because then I might not be able to fit all the spells into my hand. Still, the most important card is the Abyssal Whip. That's the 18 damage at the end I really need, so I already have like a chance of winning just because of that. The question is, will I get ranch dressing in time to be able to kill Mr. Rune right here and actually use some of those spells? Alright, there's ranch dressing. Perfect. So this guy, 12 gold. You know what? I'm actually going to play this. That might seem weird, but I'm going to play just because Ozan does have the dragon set. It's a 13 gold card, so if he gets up to 13 exactly somehow and tries to buy it, he might get screwed still. We're going to play ranch, pop Lexicus, and now I got to play something, because if I don't, then I'm going to have 8 cards that I'm not going to draw. I could play this guy, but the problem is that I'm still going to be at a full hand. I'm going to get 3 from him and the Asphyxiate from him, so I'm going to go up to 8. So I'm not going to be drawing, so I'm not going to have a chance of getting those spell books. So as weird as it feels, I'm actually just going to play Dr. Frankenstrain here at the end, just to get some more gold, even though the hate effect isn't going to work. Because I just want to clear space out of my hand. Alright, so I'm losing 2 gold, which is really rough. At least he's taking 4 damage for it. So he's going down to 21. Unlike the Raptor that I just played, this guy is going down in health, so I might be able to win if some of these spells can do just some damage. And remember, these can be spellbook spells, the spells that you normally get from those special spellbooks. That's what you always hope for. Nope. Ooh, vampire power. That's interesting. Oh my goodness. So that's Vanescula's diamond spell. It's 13 gold, you lose your weapon, lose all your armor, and gain 10 max health and 10 current health and 3 base attack. That's so strong. It's actually better, I think, than the Abyssal Whip, though I'd obviously like to buy both. I need 4 more gold for it. That's possible. I do have a Mimic in my deck. It could happen. And nope. Alright, so I gotta make tough choices here. I'm not gonna be able to get all the gold that I want. If I play this, it's gonna be difficult. Basically, I'm gonna have a completely full hand. Next creatures, maybe. The problem is I don't want to play this and then get gold hated out. I could go for Abyssal Whip, but I have nothing to really do with the Abyssal Whip, and I don't have any gold. Alright, well, we're going to play the spellbook. This obviously is an easy one, just deals free damage. Oh, you know what I could do? I could play Enfeeble and just dump something. Kill this, then buy... Alright, I'm going to do this. This is a risky move because I might end up regretting it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this, and then we're just going to throw down the Wind Strike. And I might lose the Abyssal Whip, I might lose the Vampire Power, but I'm not going to lose both. And I might get to keep them both. So I'm just going to go for that, and hope it doesn't bite me. Please don't lose my good cards. Alright, that's perfect. That guy was just total junk. So that's great. The Gambit pays off. Now I'm safe from gold hate because I'm getting 2 gold from this guy. In fact, he's given me more gold. That's awesome. I am going to have a full hand, so I'm going to have 10 cards, but the thing is, I'm really happy with all the cards I have. I've got the Abyssal Whip and the Vampire Power, both of which are great. And you might say, but Boris, you don't have any gold to buy them with. I only need 4 more gold for the Abyssal Whip. So what I could do is, I'm just going to play out some cards this round, and then as long as I get, gold in the next round, I'm fine. Alright, so what I'm going to do here, I think, is just play out all this stuff. I'm wasting some of the potential to damage creatures later, but that's fine. I don't want to spend gold on Asphyxiate or Dazing Shot because I want to maximize my odds of getting the Abyssal Whip, or maybe, if I'm really lucky, Vampire Power. So we're just going to get rid of the base attack first, and then just 2 more damage, 5 damage, that's 7 damage, just 10 damage here, and removing a base attack. It's just really solid, even though all this stuff is wasted. And then next time, if I don't get the 4 gold I need for the whip, then I will play the Asphyxiate and the Dazing Shot and try to sneak some extra damage through. Alright, the spellbook gets taken out, which is actually good for me in this case, because I don't want it anymore. It's obviously a total waste in Chapter 5, so this maximizes my odds of finding a Mimic and being able to buy the Abyssal Whip at the end. Oh, this is actually really good that I'm the first player. I just effectively did 10 damage to him with this card because I did it right before he doubled his health. So the 5 damage I did would have been doubled, so that's why it's 10 damage. Alright, so this is actually really great. He's really low on health. He's only got one base attack. He does have 18 gold, so he can buy anything, but clearly if he had anything, he would have bought it. So he's in top deck mode, essentially. Alright, let's see what I get. See if I get that gold I need for the whip. Nope, nope. And, oh yes! So we're getting 10 gold from the customs officer. This is nuts. Wow. So now, I think the safest way to win it is just to
I'm ready.
play the vampire power. Because I'm first player, so I'm getting 9 plus 1 is 10. I'm going up to 14. I guess he could play a weapon hate card, or a gold hate card. He could play like a double gold hate, but how is he gonna... No, he could play like Bob the cat, and steal 3 gold from me. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just do this because it's damage. And then I'm gonna play an Abyssal Whip at the end. So the idea is, if he plays some gold hate on me and I can't buy the vampire power, then I can afford the Abyssal Whip. So I don't know how he could possibly win this, because he is... Oh my god. There's a creature that heals you to full. I don't think it's class specific. So actually, he could kill that creature and go up to 30 health. And then all my shenanigans will be necessary. So he's just going to deal a bunch of damage to me. I really don't care about that, though. Because he's losing his weapon here. Unless he plays Relisim's Balm afterwards. Oh, he doesn't need to get exhausted to do Relisim's Balm, because he's already at 1 base attack. So that's kind of silly. Oh my god, this is just adding insult to injury. I am actually stopping him from getting a 3rd slot Abyssal Whip. So yeah, this is one of those cases, like I was talking about, when you're up against good players, first player advantage is huge. There have been a couple of cases where like, oh, you know, if I was the second player, I would have gotten to like have an extra gold. But like here, you know, where it's like I'm first player, so I win, and that kind of thing happens a lot more when you're actually like a good player and you're playing this game properly. So that's why I feel like the first and second player isn't quite as balanced as the designers claim. I, just in my experience of playing for several months, think that maybe they need to give up a little bit of elegance in exchange for some high-level balance. Like I talked about in the previous video, you know, in chess, when 2 new people play, white and black are the same, but when grandmasters play, or even masters, white is an advantage. Now, you can't really do much to balance chess, but you can do something to balance this game, and I feel like the same thing is happening, where when you're just starting out, first, second, who cares? But now, I can really feel it as an advanced player, that, like, I would just always rather be first. You know, if I had to choose where the spinner landed, I would choose first all the time, and it would give me a major advantage. But anyway, maybe, like, in the final battle, the second player attacks first. I know it's not intuitive from the interface. I know that would cause, you know, people to get confused and all, but I feel like it's just necessary. Okay, this is really tough. I think I want to keep the gold hate. The customs officer I'm not going to keep, because I've already got 6 gold here. I want to maximize my odds of getting one of those spell books. I'm going to get rid of this random hate card, but I am going to keep this, because there's just a lot of creatures in this deck that I want to kill that are 5 health. So Lexicus Wainwright, or whatever he's called, and then the guy who gives asphyxiates. Well, this is unfortunate. So I drew a weapon hate card that I don't need, and I drew another copy of Ranch Dressing, which I don't need. That's kind of crappy. What I'm going to do, I think, see, if I play the Gnome Healer right away, I minimize the odds that I will heal her. But if I play it later, I minimize the impact of any gold-hating cards that she might play. Well, she's a second player, so gold hate's going to work regardless, so I guess I'm going to try to keep health away. If I was a second player, I'd play this at the end of the chapter, but as the first player, I'm going to hold it to play at the beginning of the next chapter. Alright. So, by the way, normally I wouldn't play a Mimic here. I'd only play Mimic when I need it, but since I had the healing card right after it, I figured it was worth it. However, she ended up damaging me, so it didn't matter. Crap, I'm about to lose a spell book. Most likely, I could get lucky and lose the armor, which is exactly what happens. Alright, well, that's great. So I'm pretty happy about that. She is getting some gold. And she's a mage, so with mages, you know, you really don't want them getting gold because, you know, they're almost always trying to save up for those spell books. So, let's see, I'm ahead on gold, behind on health, significantly. 6 is like 20% of our health. But I do have more gold, and I'm about to rob some of her gold, so I feel like I'm okay here. Alright, well, I can kill this undead creature, which does nothing. God, I hate this card. So we'll rob some gold, and I'm just going to rob some more gold. The odds that she's going to spend it all in the first slot seem small. And, yeah, nothing else to play here. I don't want to play this early because even though as the first player you can play a weapon at the end of the chapter, I actually need the 1 damage from this thing to kill some of those critical 5 health creatures like the guy who gives you the asphyxiate or the Lexicus Wainwright dude. Alright, so we do a bit of damage, steal a bit of gold, get down tonight. Alright, so she's getting a card and some more armor. She's actually really building on her life advantage. Which means if I don't get a spellbook soon, I'm going to be behind, because I just haven't gotten any of my high impact cards. I didn't get my whip, didn't have either of the spellbooks, didn't get Lexicus Wainwright, so I need to draw one of those, like, 4 cards. Pretty much now, I think, or else it's just going to be too late in Chapter 4. And we got a big fat nothing. So notice how frustrating this card is. Like if this was one of those like 5/10 ogres, I could enfeeble it and actually do something. Instead it's just like a total waste of time. So how much do I care about this weapon? Not much, but it does deal 5 damage. So I can take 4 damage to deal 5 to her. I'm not that jazzed about it, but I'm gonna do it because I'm running out of options. It's starting to get a little bit desperate. So I could enfeeble just because I don't care about any of these cards. Yeah, I'm just going to do it. Even though it's spending a gold, I'm going to do it just to get rid of the card, basically. And I don't know how much gold she's going to have at the end, but it's better than this guy who does pretty much nothing. I mean, randomly you can sometimes screw your opponent over. Okay, this actually worked out well. I'm actually dealing 9 damage to her because I'm making her take damage against Meg here, which is good. So it was 9 damage that I dealt with my card, so that makes it more of a trade-off. Luckily she doesn't have any ships here. Interesting, she's actually going to lose some of her gold. Oh, okay, it wasn't the full 9 because I actually ended up healing her as well. So she's losing some gold. I doubt she's going to pull off Elvarg, but, well, you never know. Anything can happen, and she is going to remove the What the? What? Oh my god, she actually is going for Elvarg. Because she just took that guy, and then she immediately played a card that gets rid of the weapon, so she lost 2 gold for nothing. She could have just played the Ali Morrisane to begin with, which means she's actually trying to get Elvarg. That means she's got a strength potion, or some other kind of monster-destroying card. Because otherwise that play makes no sense, and I don't want to assume that my opponent's just awful at this game. You should always assume your opponent knows what they're doing. Spellbook? 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 Okay, so no spellbooks. I got the Abyssal Whip. It's not worth taking damage from this guy. Ranch does not kill him in 1 hit. I don't need the money, so this is a pretty lame turn. We're just going to play the weapon here. And, yeah, now my spellbooks are dead draws. I did get the whip, so what I'm essentially banking on is that I play the whip, heal up to full from Mr. Frankenstrain in the final chapter, and that this 18 damage wins it for me. It's risky because that means she basically has 2 full chapters to do anything, and if she plays any weapon hitting card at the end, of course, she just instantly wins. Now, Lexicus Wainwright is also a dead draw, so all my other 3 power cards. So basically, there's 4 power cards in my deck, the 2 spellbooks, and Lexicus, and this whip, and I drew the only one of the 4 that I could not use in this chapter, and the only one of the 4 that is not a dead draw in the next chapter. So this is just a little bit awkward. I could just lose another game because I simply achieved nothing. Okay, so she's playing Ranch Dressing, which is interesting because I thought she was going to play a Strength Potion for Elvarg. I guess she maybe did just misplay it. And now she's getting some cannonballs, but she doesn't seem to have any cannonball synergy. So I guess she's just going to play them for damage next round. Very interesting. Okay, well, here we are. We're going to find out if being at 30 health and having a 6/3 weapon is going to be enough to win this. She is lacking on gold, so maybe.
I must prepare to confront my
Rather miraculously, I continue not to draw any of my important cards. Alright, well, there's nothing for me to do. All I can do is play the whip and Dr. Frankenstrain, because this heals me the most. And everything else is a waste. It would actually be counterproductive to play these, because they would mean I steal 1 less health from the whip. There's no way she's going to hate away more than 5 gold. So yeah, this is just a bit of a sad game. Maybe I need to mulligan more aggressively for my power cards and just like not keep anything except for those power cards because my game is so reliant on it. Alright, I think I lucked out though. Because I'm gonna win. Her weapon deals 4 damage to me, mine deals 18 to her. And she's at full health. But the extra 14 damage, unless I'm bizarrely mistaken, should make up for it, because we both have the same base attack, and I attack first. So yeah, sometimes in Dungeon Land, the games are a little bit sad, where there's just not that much that happens. But, you know, you really just have to, just maximize your odds. That opponent made at least one clear misplay with the Elvarg card. She just threw away 2 gold and then threw away her weapon. And clearly had no plan for using Elvarg. Unless she was like, oh, I'm gonna lose if I don't do something, so I have to hope I top deck my strength potion. I don't know, that's... I guess I'm doing my best to give my opponent the benefit of the doubt, but I feel like that was at least one misplay, so I just played a bit more precisely, had a slightly more precise deck, had more health there, and then I won. Alright, so we're up against another Raptor, which is scary because Raptors sometimes just like gain a base attack and gain some health, and then you really have to, kind of the onus is on you to actually make something happen. Okay, so finally we start with the spellbook. I'm not going to make the mistake of mulliganing it. I will, however, get rid of the whip. I'm going to get rid of the enfeeble because I'm never going to play it while the spellbook's in my hand. I do have 5 gold here on hand. I could actually play this. I could take 8 damage and heal up 4, get an asphyxiate, and get 2 gold. That seems a bit silly, though, because I'd much rather just play the customs officer at the end of the chapter, and then heal up at the beginning of the next one. I don't care about healing my opponent. It really doesn't matter to me if my opponent's all healed up. So we're going to do this. Oh, I could even, you know what, I just want to play out these cards. The reason I want to play out as many cards as possible is that I have this spellbook, which is going to fill my hand with cards, so I want to try to play as many cards as I can. I could throw these things away. I don't want to, though, because if I get Lexicus Wainwright, I might use ranch dressing to get those spells. That's something I could do alongside the spellbook and just stop drawing cards from my deck. Alright, so my opponent's making a big play here. Ouch, he's getting 4 gold. Does he have that one monster that removes your health and gives you armor? Is that what he's doing? Yeah, so he has just 4 free gold. That's super strong. Well, the good news is I get 3 gold off of him because he has that, so some of his riches benefit me as well. In fact, unless he plays a double gold hate card, I am actually going to be able to play my spellbook round 1 next time. So there's a chance he will play one of those remove 2 gold cards first thing. If he does, then so be it. But I'm going to risk it. Getting a spellbook in Chapter 2 is just so strong. Okay. Well, that changes things a bit. We can just be safe. There's no reason to play it like first. It's like the first play of the chapter. It doesn't do that much. So we'll just play this. Do I want to try this? Ugh. Sure, we'll try it. I'm hoping he has... wait, but there's no reason to play the Mimic first. I should just play this first. Max my odds of hitting one of his creatures. Play a Mimic, get more gold, and then just play the spellbook at the end. Oh, he got the combo. He got down to 15 health by removing all of his stuff, and then he played the 2 gold for base attack bonus. And unfortunately, I am achieving nothing, because he can kill that in 1 hit. Alright, I'm in a lot of trouble here. He actually has 5 base attack to my 2. I am going to drop him down to 4 with my spellbook, but he has so much, and he has so much health, that I'm in a lot of trouble here. Raptors are tough to beat as Ariane sometimes. If they just heal up and get a bunch of base attack, there's just nothing you can really do. He actually managed to spike his health all the way back up to 30. This is crazy. So he's at 44 health. I can deal 10 damage to him. But that still means he's at 34 health, and he's at 4 base attack to my 2, so I'm in trouble. Basically what I'm counting on here is top-decking my Abyssal Whip before this all ends, so that I can equip it at the end, and maybe get enough damage. But I mean, of course, if he equips up at the end, then I'm just screwed. Oh, I got my other spellbook. Alright, well, we're doing it. We gotta go for it. So I'm basically not drawing cards from my deck anymore. So let's see. Let's get rid of his base attack, sure. Let's do the sheep and the balm to gain an extra gold and put my base attack up to 3. And then let's buy the spellbook at the end here. So I'm just going to be playing spellbook cards from here on out. I am not drawing any more cards. So all these cards are that affect my creatures are just dead, because I'm not going to have any creatures ever. Except for this. Oh, God, I hate this thing. If only this were a worthwhile creature. If only this were something that actually did something, that would be so great. Oh my God, he's getting 5 more armor. So yes, he's just going to get a bunch of armor, and with 4 base attack, he'll be able to beat me. I mean, I'm going up to 3, I guess. Oh, but he's still doing stuff. Oh, he's just getting more gold. Okay, it's not the end of the world, I guess, for him to get some more gold. So let's see. He's at 6. He can buy weapons now. He can buy Tetsus. He can buy more armor. I'm 1 behind him on base attack, and these spellbooks are not going to catch me up on damage, unfortunately. Damn. Alright, well, at least with this boost, he's got to play a guessing game, because boost is just so crazy how much it adds to a creature. I gotta really think about which of these spell cards to play. I haven't played this lunar one in a while. I seem to always get the blood one. Total attack +1. That's worthless. I have nothing to kill. Where's the vengeance? Hello? Oh. Deal damage starve equal to your hands. Okay, so that's 6 damage. I could just like wait and do more damage, but I need to play cards. So do I use the boost here or not? I don't know. I guess we'll do like a mini boost, see if that matters, and then I'm just gonna try to damage him as much as possible. Get rid of a card and just throw 6 damage at this guy, and we'll use boost in the next chapter. Yeah. Okay.
I'm ready.
My odds of winning this are very small. Even though I got both spellbooks, he just had a very effective deck. He, you know, got his base attack up to 5, got a ton of health, and my deck just doesn't have the raw power needed to beat something like that. Alright, so I guess boost would have dealt like 5 damage there, so it didn't really matter that much. Yeah, he's just getting so much health. He built such a great sustain deck that even with all these damaging cards, oh my god, this guy's got like nothing in his deck except ways to gain armor and health. So I discarded one of his cards. I'm dealing 3 damage to him. I'm dealing another 6 damage to him here. But even with me damaging him as much as possible, he's at 50 health, so now he's dropping to 44 health. I mean, it's just crazy. Even if I did get like my Abyssal Whip and somehow the money to equip it, which at this point is almost impossible, I mean, I would just still fail. Okay, so I can, I guess kill this thing at the end, which works well with this Blood Barrage. And then I guess we'll play a boost. And, yeah, I guess I should equip a weapon. I mean, just for poops and giggles. I should have saved, you know what, I should have saved my Ice Barrage, because then I wouldn't need to use a weapon hit to kill this thing. So that's a little bit unfortunate. But, yeah, what can you do? Alright, he's just piling on the armor here. I wish I had some kind of armor-hating card. Like, if that guy that swaps all creatures' things, instead was the creature that, like, sets both characters to 5 armor, I actually would have a chance of winning this. But that armor is just too much for me to get through. Barricade! Oh, my lord. Ugh. Terrible. So that's pretty clever, because it basically counters my boost card. I don't know why he played that in the 5th chapter, though. I mean, it doesn't do anything. It gives him a gold that he doesn't spend, and it gives me cabbages. I think he just probably forgot that the game was over. So yeah, he's got, what is this, like 48 health? Crap. Well, that was a really frustrating game, because I feel like there was nothing I could do with this deck. I'm not even really sure there's anything I could do with the cards that were offered to me. I don't think the deck, or the draft gave me the tools I needed to beat a deck that performed this well. Because I would have somehow had to do 23 extra damage. I got both my spell books. Oh, hey, cool, I got the thing. I got both spell books, I played out all the spell book cards. I just didn't have anything else offered to me that could have done more than that. So that's too bad. But hey, we're at 3 wins, which is solid. And for a mediocre draft, I feel like it's fine to make it up to 3, so hopefully we can get like 1 more win. Both losses, by the way, were to Raptors. I guess really the Achilles heel of this deck is that style of play, where most people lose health as they progress through a dungeon game, but the Raptors are the most likely of anyone to actually gain health as they go along, while still also gaining base attack. Now, there was that one moment when he got down to 15 health, and played the card that gives you 2 base attack for 2 gold if you're mortal. And then he shot all the way up to 30 and stayed there, and he wouldn't have been able to go back down because he had so much armor. So maybe if like there was some way that I could have stopped that from happening. I mean, I did actually heal him for 4 in Chapter 1, and despite that, he still managed to make it all the way down. So, yeah, that was the thing. I gotta give him credit for that. It wasn't just like he, threw his cards onto the board and won. He definitely did some clever trickiness to get down to mortal and heal back up afterwards. And that enabled him to get the 2 base attacks that basically won him the game. Alright, so what do we have here? The whip. I don't want to hold this in my hand the entire game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mulligan all this stuff. I'm going to keep the gold hate, actually, and just mulligan everything else, try to get spell books. God, my deck has so much gold. It's like nothing but gold. I'm pretty confident I'm going to find gold. So what I really want is to mess with my opponent in the best way I can and just maybe randomly win the game because I get rid of some of her gold. And maximize my odds of getting a spellbook. So with a 5-card mulligan, I got neither of the spellbook. I also did not get Lexicus Wainwright. However, I got this guy, which I've gotten every fucking game. Oh man, why did I take this? What was it? Was it that bad of a pack? Was there nothing else in this pack? I should go back and look at the other, look at the video or earlier in the video to see what was in this pack because this is just clearly trash heap garbage. Anyway, let's grab some gold. Let's do one of my gold-hating cards. And should I just play Dr. Frankenstein? Sure. I might hit the jackpot. I mean, maybe she plays something. Nope, she plays nothing. Alright, so I just lose 4 health and get 3 gold. But hey, I'm at 7 gold, so I'm ready to buy a spellbook. All I need to do is top deck it. Unfortunately, I am wasting one of my gold-hate cards, which is very sad. But I'm still getting a gold out of it, which is good. So I'm 1 gold away from the spellbook that I'm optimistically assuming I will top deck now. Actually, I also need to top deck a gold. I need to top deck a gold and a spellbook, which is a little bit tricky. And unfortunately, this is just the worst of all worlds here. I get this guy, but I don't get either of my ranch dressings to kill him with. He's not undead. Swapping his attack and health wouldn't help. Oh, wait a minute. This thing. Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, so we're going to do this, this, and that. And I can also throw in some hate. Let's throw in some hate here. Should I just put this guy in? Yeah, let's throw in some hate. Let's see what happens. She's only got 2 base stack and no gold. So if she played any creatures here, and I'm thinking she's playing something because of this long pause. Yeah, I get these random spells. I get more gold than I spent, so I go up to 8 on the nose. I deal 5 damage to her. I get a spell. That seems fine. I don't actually know if I have any spells left in my deck, but we'll see. Oh my god, if I'd been the first player, this would have been so good. Oh god, see? She's only going to take 2 damage from this. If I had been the first player, it would have been like, I don't even know. It would have been something major. Okay, so I still get off pretty good. I do deal like 6 damage to her instead of the 1 that she would have taken normally. But still, it would have been so good to get that first one. Like the thing that's a 2/6. Let me think about that. So it's 2/6. She takes 4, then she heals. Oh, Enfeeble, which I have no targets for. Anyway, then she heals. Instead, she would have taken 12 damage. Yeah, it would have been like 8 damage or something. Hey, I got vampire power again. Well, that's nice. I might just audible and go for that. I got another Enfeeble, which I don't need. So the problem with vampire power is I need 5 more gold, which is a little tricky here, actually. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I could ranch dressing. No, I could kill the sheep and go down to 1 base attack and then just buy vampire power. So then I'd be at 4 instead of 5. 4 is still pretty good. Or I could try to get greedy with this. The problem is right now I'm set to gain 4 gold from it, but I don't know that she's not gonna buy something for 5, so I couldn't like afford to risk playing vampire power. Okay, here's what I'll do then. I'll hedge my bets. I'm gonna do this. Deal some damage and gold, hate her. Play some clairvoyance. And I'm just going to throw this away because I'm never going to have 6 armor. So I'm just throwing it away for space. And then we'll play vampire power next chapter, perhaps. I might get lucky and get Relisim's Balm as well. If I get the Balm, that would be really great because then I actually gain 2 base attack, or no, gain 1 base attack and 1 gold, and then I can play Vampire Power after it. Alright, luckily she didn't play her gold, so I am getting the full 3, actually 4 gold from that. So I could have bought Vampire Power this time. This 1-3 is not good enough to use on a Dust Devil anymore, which is good. So no Dust Devils, unless she like beefs up her weapon somehow. That still would not let her do a Dust Devil. Oh, she's just healing. Interesting. Well, that's really weird. This card got nerfed. It used to just give 10 health. Now 6 of it is contingent on you being mortal. She was 2 away from being mortal, so I guess she was just gambling I would deal a little bit of extra damage to her. I dealt like 2, so I guess she was gambling that I would deal 4, which I find rather odd, honestly. But yeah, because of that, she lost out on 6 healing. So now I'm in a tricky spot as a second player. I can't guarantee being able to play this Vampire Power. So what I'm going to do is I guess this is actually pretty simple. We'll play the Gnome Healer, heal the whole team, and I think this is gambling. I do get some damage out of it, but I mean, this is 10 health and 3 base attack. It's got to be the best thing. So we'll do this. Other than that, what's there to really do? I guess I'm just going to enfeeble, because all these cards are sort of janky. Oh no, that's hang on a minute. Is that worth spending a gold just to enfeeble? Since I'm not playing the spell book this chapter. See, 15 minus 13 is 2. See, I'm not playing a spell book. I'm just going to throw it away because it's worthless in the next chapter. And then I'm going to kill the warrior to draw 2 cards. I am looking for crap. I don't think there's anything that'll help me. I'm never going to afford the Abyssal Whip. I'm actually, I guess, kind of, you could say, all in on the Vampire Power. I'm hoping that, you know, 5 base attack is enough to win, which it might not be versus Linza because she might equip a huge weapon. So I guess what I'd really like to see from all this card drawing is the Calphite Emissary, because that would guarantee that I can destroy her weapon going into the final fight, and then it's just my base attack versus hers, which would probably win me the game. So yes, I need the Calphite Emissary, so one of my next 5 cards needs to be that card for me to really cement this game. And I got the whip, which, well, I guess it's theoretically possible I get the 5 gold needed to play it. Interesting. I actually could sacrifice one of my base attack and then play it. Right, 3 plus 5 is 8, as long as she doesn't have any gold hate. And also I get some draws. Let's see what I get for my draws.
I must prepare to confront
Interesting.
my fellow adventurer.
So I actually get enough gold that I don't need to do this sheep. Alright, we're doing it. I'm not going to be greedy, by the way. I'm not going to, like, use this sheep or something to avoid playing the Mimic. I think it's fine to play the Mimic. Is it, though? Hang on. Maybe losing 1 base attack is better than losing 5 health. Interesting. I'm actually not 100% sure. Because I go up to 40 health, so this is healing me regardless of whether I play the Mimic. So maybe it's better to get 5 gold from this. Let me think. I do 1 less damage per round. This is like taking an extra one of her hits worth of damage. Oh god. Am I just talking myself into doing the stupidest thing I've ever done?
I'm ready.
Let me think about this. My attack is going to be 5 plus 6 is 11. She's going to be at 30 some, so that's 3 hits. If it's 10, I'm still killing her in 3 hits. Okay, unless she gains a bunch more armor, I should be fine. Oh god, I really hope I don't screw this up. Alright. So yeah, 3 plus 5 is 8, 8 plus 2 is 10, so I can withstand 2 gold hate. And still buy that. Ah, Balm. Came a little too late. And then the whip. I could do this to just like fuck with her, but I think that's just spending 5 damage and maybe getting no results. So yeah, we'll just do it like this. Alright, let's see what happens. Oh my god, is she playing nothing? Oh, well then it doesn't matter what I did. I just spent a whole bunch of time thinking it didn't make any difference. So yeah, technically, given what she did, I made the right play because... oh no, I made the wrong play because she's getting 5 health from me. I forgot about that. But no, with 11, it would only get up to 33. So yeah, whether it's 11 or 10, I needed 3 hits to kill her. So yes, I made the right play using the sheep instead of the mimic. So yes, I kill her in 3 hits, and she obviously does not kill me in 3 hits. I mean 4 hits, beg your pardon, 4 hits. She needed 11 more hits to kill me. She was a ways off from that.
To win so easily.
Is it cruel to win so easily? I don't think so. I think it's fine. I'm pretty fine with winning so easily. So yeah, that was a demonstration of how this deck can work. Basically, there's, 4 power cards in here. The Whip, the 2 spell books, and Lexicus Wainwright, or Runewright, or Whiffle Snapplewright, or whatever his name is. And they're all kind of speculative. The Whip, it's like you have to speculate you can equip it at the end, and the damage is enough by that point. The spell books, you have to speculate that you actually get enough benefit out of them to counter everything else the opponent does, because it's basically like spell books versus the entire thing that your opponent is doing all game. And then Wainwright, of course, if you get crappy spells, it doesn't do much. You could argue I would have had a really good chance of losing that game if I hadn't gotten Vampire Power, although, in my defense, if I hadn't gotten Vampire Power, I would have bought a spellbook. I threw a spellbook away the chapter that I bought the Vampire Power, so I would have had a spellbook, so I would have had whatever benefits that would have given me, and then I still would have had the Abyssal Whip at the end. In fact, I wouldn't have had to give up a base attack because the spellbook is 5 gold less than Vampire Power. So the 5 gold extra that I spent means I would not have had to give up a base attack for this sheep.
I'm going first.
Okay, so this is, I mean, I could deal 5 damage. And I could keep this. I could keep this and hope I get, like, the Lexicus Wainwright. Alright, that's maybe a mistake. But I'm going to just get rid of that and keep what lets me kill this knight. And hope that that actually makes a difference. Ah, I got rid of the sheep and got this balm. Ugh. Alright, so is it worth it to spend 2 gold, draw a spell? Well, what spells do I have? I have Clairvoyance. Clairvoyance gives me gold. Do I have any other spells besides Crumble Undead? I can't remember. Well, we're going to find out. So, we'll do that. And I guess what I'm going to do here, since I'm not taking any damage, I'm going to just play this first so neither of us get the healing. I just don't think the odds are very high of me being able to get healing at some point. Alright, so I'm going to lose one of my spellbooks, unfortunately, which is kind of okay, because with Ranch Dressing, I'm really more interested in getting Lexicus Wainwright anyhow. So I think it's fine to lose that. And she's drawing a card, which is unfortunate. And gaining a weapon, which is also unfortunate. Alright, so we're going to hit her for 5. I actually wouldn't have done this except for the fact that he also draws a spell. And I'm hoping I get Clairvoyance, yep, which gives me the gold back that I spent on Crumble Undead. So if you discount the time spent playing these things, it's kind of like I got 5 totally free damage, and I took a card out of my deck to increase the odds of getting something important, like Lexicus Wainwright or one of the spell books. Right. Okay, well what I'm going to do here, I don't like doing this, but I'm going to pick up this gold, and I'm going to use this sort of awkwardly to just kill this to maximize my odds of drawing into something good. So the sheep would be good to get. Lexicus Wainwright, well, I've used up my Ranch Dressing, so now I'd have to take 9 damage on that guy, so that's not good anymore. But I feel like this is better than doing nothing, and it's better than taking 7 damage. Plus, I am getting 6 gold that I'm spending, so I'm still getting 4 gold going up to 7. And then I can kill the Customs Officer for my 8th gold if I do top deck my other spellbook. Alright, so she's using her weapon pretty tamely here, just killing a Jubbly Bird. I'm wondering if she's got Repurpose. That's a card they often use 1/1 weapons on to get 8 armor. No, she's removing armor from me, which I am okay with. Note this is base attack, not total attack. I think if it, I mean, obviously if it was total attack, it'd be overpowered. Total attack is base attack plus temporary, or plus weapon. Alright, so we're drawing some cards. I'm hoping to get a spellbook. Abyssal Whip is fine, Sheep is fine. Lexicus Wainwright. A little late to the party there, buckaroo. I could take 9 damage, I guess, and just kill him. If I got the sheep, I could actually kill him. I use 1 hit to kill the sheep, and then I get the balm. But really, who am I kidding? I just never draw anything that I need. That's just the way of things. Alright, so this is pretty worthless, this is pretty worthless. I guess I'm going to use this before she has a chance to damage herself and pass the turn? God, this is awful. Alright, fine. We'll play Customs Officer at the end of this chapter. And just hope she collects some money throughout the experience. Man, I just could not get anything I needed. I needed spellbooks, I needed Abyssal Whip, I needed Wainwright earlier. I guess if I had not used Ranch Dressing there, or my guy that deals 5 damage earlier, oh yeah, like if I'd saved him all the way up to here, I would have been fine. Well, anyway, there's still hope. Chapter 4, it's not too late to use a spell book, and it's not too late to pick up the Abyssal Whip as well. Oh man, she's going crazy here. Gain weapon durability equal to half rival's armor. Okay, so that's actually... I'm gonna call this a bad play. She spent 2 ticks of her mega weapon and took some damage to gain nothing. Because, I mean, obviously, I'm a mage. I'm not going to gain armor unless I play some weirdo card. So I feel like she just screwed up. And now I kind of regret that I used up my weapon because I would have liked to be able to kill this guy without taking damage. I'm still going to use it, though. I think I'm the first player. I can't guarantee killing weapon at the end. How am I not able to get any of my cards? Alright, well, yeah, we'll do this. We'll take the 4 damage. We'll do the gold hate. And should I equip a weapon? Take a damage to equip a 1/3 weapon I might not need. At this point, all I care about is the Abyssal Whip. The spellbooks are now dead draws. This guy's a dead draw. I could equip this weapon and take 9 damage and kill him in 2 hits. I don't think that's worth it, though. Or is it? Maybe I'm just lost here. No. I'm just gonna hope for the Abyssal Whip. I'd rather not gamble on these spells and take 9 damage for it. Okay, the question is, do I want to equip this thing? Probably not. I can just equip it at the end if I don't get my whip.
I'm ready.
Gain weapon durability equal to half a rival's armor. Why is she playing this? I don't understand. Well, now she's taking a bajillion damage because I destroyed her weapon. I don't understand this move. She's just impaling herself on these Tsar hers. More like Tsar her der, am I right? I mean, I don't know what she's doing with this. So she's gonna take a bunch of... She was gonna take a bunch of damage anyway, but now she's taking an even bigger bunch of damage. She's getting some gold, so she could still win this. This is so embarrassing. I mean, I'm doing so badly. I'm just not achieving anything. But now it's 16 health versus 24. Okay, it's 19 health versus 24. And she's gonna do some gold hate and get a little bit of gold herself. That's fine. So I don't need all this gold, obviously. She has another weapon. So let's see. She's at 19 versus 24. She might actually beat me with this weapon. I'm not sure. I would just love to get the Abyssal Whip, or at least the Sheep. Come on, one of those 2 cards. How do I draw this card every single game? Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. Well, that blows. So we're gonna do this for a little bit of damage, and there's nothing for me to do here. I could take 4 damage and hope it screws her more than me. That's clearly a bad idea, though. We'll just equip this Corpse Archer at the end. Take a damage to deal 3. And you know what I'm going to do as well? I'm going to do a little different. I'm going to play this, and I'm going to play Relsam's Balm at the end. Just in case she gets a Dust Devil, you know, then I'll actually go up to 3 base attack. I have nothing else to spend my gold on, so I might as well do the gamble. It's just ridiculous how I got all this stuff at all the worst possible times. To be fair, though, I could have held on to Ranch Dressing, and I could have killed Lexicus Wainwright if I had held on to Ranch Dressing for an extra turn. Alright, so she's healing, which is a little bit frightening. Oh, she's healing a lot, which is very frightening. So she's at 25. She's at 27. Oh no, she wins. Alright, that's the end of the line for me. I just couldn't draw my spellbook to save my life. I couldn't draw the Abyssal Whip to save my life. Couldn't draw the Sheep to save my life. Couldn't draw Lexicus Wainwright in time to save my life. Although he was the only one of the power cards that I drew at that moment that didn't do me any good was that one. And on top of that, you know, I drew the undead card that swaps all creatures' health and attack every single game, right, like, at the beginning of the game or in, like, the 2nd or 3rd chapter. So if I had drawn, you know, the Abyssal Whip with that frequency or the spellbooks with such frequency, I think I could have won that game because my opponent didn't do much. Well, that was a good run. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe if you did. Hopefully the next time I play Ariane, I get a little bit more of a powerful deck that actually lets me deal damage to the opponent. Ooh, we got a rare as the 3rd card, so this should be something pretty good. Okay, that's another rare, and that's... Oh, a 3rd rare. Okay, that's a little disappointing. It's, you know, more shards, which is this game's equivalent of dust than usual, but still a bunch of crappy cards for the most part. Let's see if any of them were new for me. That is my first Mithril Dragon, whoop-de-doo. My second Afflicted, and my second Frenzy. So I got 1 new Emerald card here, up to 62 out of 90. Huzzah! And with the recent patch change, now a lot of the Sapphires became starter cards, so I'm almost done with my Sapphires. I don't even know what I'm missing here. close with the emeralds. It's looking pretty good. Let's take a sneak peek at the next dungeon run. Okay. Cool. Well, to be fair, if the internet's dying, I'm glad it happened not during a game. Alright, well, this is perfect. So we haven't done Ozan yet. I think that's the only one I haven't done yet, so we're going to do him next time. Thanks, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.